The best advice I could give to anyone who wants to start cooking more is to just learn how to source the food, get colorful food, learn about, non-inflammatory oils, and to just eat clean. Organic means clean, even though the organic sticker means like nothing anymore. Just eat clean, right? If you couldn't eat it 5,000 years ago, don't eat it today, and just make every plate colorful. Just imagine that you're painting, like, okay, here's yellow, green, red. All right, crap, I need purple or blue. And then boom, and then the pictures come to life and food porn is created.
I don't think it's that easy, but I wish I could. But all your advice, I think, is perfect. And if you don't mind, let's just give them a little more detail what we mean by that. Because if we had to summarize everything, what you said, if it didn't exist 5,000 or 10,000 years ago, don't eat it. And that includes industrial seed oils, which means canola, grapeseed, rice bran, corn, soy, cottonseed. All of these oils, which are in all processed food and almost all prepared foods, as well as restaurant foods, are not natural. They're man-made. They're highly toxic. They lead to inflammation in your body, all kinds of joint problems, emotional problems, not to mention weight problems. Cellulite is one of them, premature aging, etc. But can you also just give a little more detail for us on the transition from regular, conventional foods that you get every day in a restaurant or a store or wherever, to the way you learned how to make the food healthy? For example, maybe some substitutions, like I just said, get rid of those oils I mentioned and instead use olive oil, real raw organic butter for cooking, for example, instead, etc. So,
Well, it's a huge question, and it's a huge subject that I'm really passionate about. It starts with being a label reader
okay,
and a question asker,
there you go.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When we're in a restaurant,
Yeah.
first of all, I'm done with restaurants pretty much.
Yeah,
If you ask your waiter or waitress
it's
what
true.
kind of oils they fry in and they don't know, they have to go in the cook. The cook probably doesn't even know. They probably have to say, I don't know. And they have to look underneath the table and, oh, all right, I guess, yeah, it's canola. They don't even know. They have no idea. They're like dogs that haven't been trained, that are just ripping the house to shreds. And the house is our bodies and our psyches. And it didn't start with them, right? Because everyone's doing the best they can. It starts with the corporations that took control of the food supply in this company last century. And you know what I say, Amy, all the time? It's not their fault either. Hey, they have a right to make money. If we buy it, then hey, good for them. They created a product for a bunch of dummies. I'm the first one to raise my hand. I was one. We didn't look at what was in it, and we just ate it, and we caused all kinds of problems. If we're going to be a victim mentality and we're pointing the fingers at, oh, Kellogg's and, General Mills and
Monsanto.
Tyson, Monsanto, it goes on and on and on, Coca-Cola, right? We point the fingers and say, go out with the picket sign and kick up all this dust and lawsuits. I say that that's victim mentality. That's just perpetuating the problem. We need to go and we can't just go food shopping with 45 minutes. Maybe we need to double that time. So that way we can actually look at what we're buying and say, wait a second, hold on here. What's in this? There shouldn't be 50 ingredients in a salad dressing. A quick practical tip: olive oil, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, organic Dijon mustard, honey mustard, horseradish mustard, whatever kind of mustard you want. Maybe a little maple syrup, or if you want it a little bit sweet, salt, pepper. You really don't need the maple syrup. That's a great basic little vinaigrette right there. Then you're done. How much money are you going to save on salad dressings a year if you just get that? We got to be the masters of our world. We got to be the masters of our body, because if we don't have a healthy body, we can't navigate our world. And if we're just pointing the fingers, poor me, just getting all up in this whole crazy storm of, I'm being oppressed. That's not solving the issue. We have to be the master. We need to take responsibility in our own life with the basics. Read the label. What's going in your body. we can make it easy, Amy. I just feel like, maybe I'm just downplaying this huge mountain that we all have to climb. And I just say, let's turn the mountain into an anthill. It's like, how can you just make the situation easy for yourself? And that, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can.
Brilliant. I love all of it. And I will add to that you not only, in addition to being responsible for yourself and taking your sovereignty back, which is a very important point that you made, but I would also say highly consider the source of your information, because you're only as good as the quality and truth and integrity of the information that you believe is true. So be very disconcerting on, or that's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking? Very picky where you get your information, because that's what you're going to believe is true. So make sure it's from reputable sources that don't have skin in the game about you buying their product or whatever, or reasons to, hide the truth, so to speak, which happens every day. And I'd also say, in addition to that, open your mind to connecting the dots to how things are related, because everything you just said, Eddie, I think a lot of people wouldn't realize that, oh, maybe my achy joints and my inability to focus is not because I'm getting older and I'm getting arthritis, and that's normal because my doctor said that's what happens when you get older, and I have ADD or OCD, and people self-label themselves all the time. Maybe it's I'm reacting to something I ate because of the antigens in the food, or because I, too much sugar or artificial chemicals and my brain circuitry is going crazy, so I can't focus. So people need to educate themselves from the right sources. Like Nourishing Traditions is an amazing book that you referenced by Sally Fallon. How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Paul Chek is an amazing user-friendly resource. There's a gazillion others. The work of Dr. Zach Bush is another one I'm sure you can add to the list. And then connect the dots, because, and I've heard you say this before, and I'd love for you to expand on it. You are what you eat. What do you think the cells of your body and your organs are made of? How good are your organs going to work if you don't give them the fuel that they need in the right amounts at the right times to function? How good is your brain going to work if it doesn't have the right fuel?